still here. So what you're telling me is you've got no email list, no website, you've got no experience, no contacts, and no clue where to begin, and you want to sell 1 million copies of your book. Basically, you're telling me you want me to sell 1 million copies of your book. And I said, well, yeah, I'm paying you. That's not how it works, by the way. So I said, well, let's at least get a game plan down, and we'll see what we can do. And 60 days after that first box of books was delivered to my house, 60 days after I showed it to my wife, 60 days after I figured out that I had no clue whatsoever and that I really got myself into something deep, we sold over 60,000 copies, and it became an international bestseller. See, in America, this is where people start to clap. Is that cool? Thank you. And within that first year, we sold over 319,000 copies, and it gave birth to a corporation that has coaching programs, membership programs, it's got teleseminars, audios, other books, we've got boot camps. I mean, it just spawns this whole thing that has a life of its own. And it gave birth to another book because, like I said before, I did not have an email list at the time. But, you know, these sales started to come in, and halfway through that first launch that we did, I got this bright idea, you know, maybe I should start collecting some of these emails. And I know a lot of you understand a lot about the internet, and that's probably a very basic idea. But back then I knew nothing. I didn't even know you were supposed to. I didn't know the value of an email list, so I wasn't even collecting their names. So I started collecting their names, and I sent them one email, and I asked them 2 questions. I said, what did you like about the first book? What would you like in the second book? And I got responses. I didn't, you know, email was like a new thing to me back then. I didn't realize that people were actually going to look at what I sent them and answer me. So they told me what they liked about the first book, and one of the things that they didn't like was the fact that it didn't have enough exercise stuff in there. It was a health book, by the way. So the second book they wanted was they wanted an exercise routine that could be done just a couple days a week, and they could still get great results. And it could be done in their hotel room, or they could be done in their office, or it could be done in their house, whatever they wanted to do. It could be done very quickly and easily no matter where they were, so it didn't require any equipment. And I thought, well, geez, this is not a hard thing to do. So I sat down, in 18 days, I wrote another book. And now that's not a big accomplishment because the second book was only 50 pages long. It was only an e-book, it wasn't printed. However, it sold over 117,000 copies. It still sells to this day for over $29, $29.97 I think is what it's being sold for now online. So does it make a big difference if you print your book or if you just write an ebook? You know, it does and it doesn't. You know, I got all my credibility from my bookstore sales, the hardcover books, but I made all my money from my ebook sales. And I venture to say the exact same thing is going to happen for you guys. And so you have to weigh things out. Personally, I truly believe only in building businesses that have longevity. I like to think my businesses are going to be handed down generation to generation. Not that my kids or that my future generations are going to have to do this kind of work, but that the income will still be there for them whether they want to do the work or not. And in order for that to happen, you need both credibility and you need the income. The credibility boosts that income over the years substantially. In fact, that credibility got me my own television show. It got me interviewed on a whole bunch of different radio stations and other television networks. It made me somebody who was quote-unquote famous, although I know most people in here don't know me from a hole in the wall. In fact, my neighbors, you know, if you go outside of my house, I know the neighbors that are right around me. But if I go less than a quarter of a mile, nobody knows who the heck I am. But in China, they know me because my book is known all through China. The United States, UK, Canada, and Australia, the book is sold. So I've got clients from all over. In fact, 500,000 weekly people read my emails, yet people in my neighborhood don't even know me. It's a little bit strange, but I guess it's sort of funny. So this is the system that we teach people. I want you to picture your business. I don't care what business you're in right now. Right now, I'm just going to talk about a book business called the bestseller business. Picture your business like a tabletop for a moment, just a tabletop. And every leg underneath that table is an income stream that supports that business. So as an author, most authors, you know, they create an ebook. And that's one income stream for their business, right? Now, but that's a very, very weak business model, isn't it? What happens if somebody gets really sick in your family? God forbid, somebody gets really sick in your family. You have to stop work, or you really, really need extra income, but you don't have the time and energy to build another business. That one income stream, that business is going to come crumbling down. I don't care how strong it is. I don't care if you're making $1 million a month. If you stop monitoring it, it's going to come down. Some smart authors print their book. So now they have two income streams, e-book sales and bookstore sales. Still not a very strong model, right? Now what if, and this is what we're going to go over today, what if we put 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different income streams for your business model? Easy, simple to implement kind of income streams. How strong is that table going to be? You could climb up on top of it and do a dance, and it's not going anywhere, right? In fact, you could go away on vacation, let's say for 30 days or so. Let's say you want to take a little bit of time off and just do something else. Let's say you want to put some energy into building another business that you always dreamed of building. Pull a couple of those legs out of there. How strong is it going to be? Let's say you pull 2 or 3 legs out. Still very strong, right? Still can support you. In fact, my business model now, the income, just one of those legs, provides me with more income than I made when I was in the health club business. Remember I told you I owned a chain of health clubs on the East Coast. Just one of those legs. That's a pretty strong model. That's what I want to show you. First,